I look like Legolas. Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's been a minute. I had a really good winter break. I went home and I saw my family, and I haven't been on YouTube. If you probably haven't noticed, it is now the start of a brand new semester. So I wanted to come back and I want to talk to you guys about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and part of the reasons why I started this channel. Anxiety. I have some tips that have made my life easier. I've noticed that sometimes when I'm talking to my friends who also deal with anxiety, they sometimes say, oh, well, I didn't think about that, because so many times like I go online and I see people talking about it that don't deal with it on a daily basis, and so they're like, oh, drink water. I have 10 anxiety tips or life hacks, whatever that you want to call them, that have helped me, and I hope I can share and help you with. These things might just kind of seem like, well, yeah, duh, you know, kind of like the whole drinking water thing. But a lot of these things I didn't do beforehand, and even though that they could be like really common things, it's just stuff that you don't always think about. So as a college student, here are 10 anxiety life hacks that have helped me. Keep a planner. I cannot stress this enough. Planners are not just for academic use. My actually biggest reason I got a planner was because I had gotten a job at the university and I needed help time managing, because that's my biggest issue. I cannot function without a planner now. I get up every morning and I know exactly what I'm gonna do, and routine is good for me. And that's helped a lot with my anxiety, because I know what I'm doing throughout the day. I know I have to get X, Y, and Z done, and then I can take whatever that leftover time is to do whatever I want. Second tip I have is actually my secret weapon, and I get made fun of so much for this by my friends and my coworkers, but they've actually become a fan of it too. I love melatonin. Now, if you don't know what melatonin is a natural like vitamin / chemical that's in your body that helps you sleep. It's what makes you tired, and it usually kicks in at night. But if you're like me and you have lots of anxiety, sleeping can be really hard. I've gotten into the routine of taking just probably 5 to 10 milligrams. I really wouldn't overdo it. I take one every night before I go to sleep, and I sleep really well. So when I know I sleep better, I feel better the next day, and therefore I'm not loading myself up on caffeine and making myself shaky all throughout the day and making my anxiety worse. To listen to what your body has to tell you and what it needs, but don't overindulge it. So when I say that, I mean listen to your body telling you, hey, I need to go home because like it's just too much right now. This is too busy of a space. I need to go home, I need to rest up, and I need to get back out there later. That is perfectly fine. Just don't listen to your body when your body's telling you to never leave your house. You don't want your anxiety to rule what your life is. And as someone who has dealt with that for a really long time, it's been really hard and a really big learning curve to listen to my body and be able to almost communicate with it and say, okay, this is what we need, this is what I'm willing to give it, and this is what I need from it in return. So as for an example, I will say, I'll wake up in the morning and my body will say, or my brain will say, I can't do it today. It's just too much, life is too much. And so I'll make a deal and I'll say, okay, well, I had this on my planner today, but we're gonna do the most important thing first. And if we get through that, then we can take a nap and start over. And that's kind of how it is. It's much of a give and take. Watch Netflix instead of YouTube. And I know that kind of sounds really weird, and I know that I am on YouTube, and I really hope that you watch this video. But what I mean by that is I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of YouTubers for entertainment, like everyone else does, but sometimes it's really hard watching YouTubers that have extravagant lives. Meaning, when you have anxiety and you are kind of, in a bad place and you're sitting there and you're festering and you want to watch YouTube to get your mind off of it, or you want to just entertain yourself for a moment. It's really hard because you go to a space to kind of escape it, and then you see these people who essentially, are just living out their dreams. And I know personally that a lot of times that has made me feel really envious and made me feel really just overall kind of sucky, because I feel like I'm not in a place where I want to be in my life. I know like I have to go to school, and school is the most important thing for me, and you have all of these people who obviously didn't go to school telling you it's okay not to go to school. And yes, it's okay not to go to school, but you also see all of these people who are in the 1% that have all the success without going to school. So I propose we watch Netflix if you want to escape from your anxiety or you want to entertain yourself instead of watching other people live out your dreams. Go chase them on your own. Don't, vicariously live through other people, because that'll end up making it worse. Give yourself 2 or 3 different outlets. The reason why I say this is because I have a few different things, and I used to only have one thing that I kind of did to get away from it, which ended up starting being makeup. But you do get to those points where you get so bad that you don't even want to do the one thing that makes you the most happy. And that just overall kind of sucks, and it goes with, watching Netflix or whatever. That can be your outlet. And even if you do watch YouTube and you don't mind and you don't get sucked into that kind of negative space, but I always have 2 or 3 activities I can do lined up in case my one go-to isn't working, which could be playing video games, reading a book, watching TV, doing makeup. If you're into art, do art, listen to music, write music, like literally anything. I know everyone says this, but I have something new that you probably haven't thought of, because I literally haven't thought about this until 2 days ago. Everyone says it, and that's to talk about it. You have to talk about how you're feeling. You cannot just keep it inside, whether that's to a family or a friend or going to the therapist. I know it sounds really scary. Honestly, I need to go back to therapy because it was the best for me, and I'm awful with that, but that is one of my kind of New Year's things. If you don't have a friend, and this is the new thing, if you don't have a friend or a family member, or you don't feel comfortable going to therapy, believe it or not, Gabe actually introduced me to Reddit, and I never thought that Reddit was like a social media thing. And it's honestly this really cool space that you can literally talk about anything, and you're not under your name, you're under any username you decide to be, so it's all anonymous. And there are so many people that are in the same boat as you and as I am, and who go on there and they just anonymously talk about their problems, and they help each other, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you just want to get some stuff off of your chest, go on Reddit, talk to someone. I promise someone is willing to hear you if you don't have someone in your life like that. When in a large group of people, wear earbuds or headphones or something, and preferably noise canceling ones. I know that when I'm out in public, I normally get really super antsy, and there's too many people around, and I almost get overstimulated, and it's just a lot, and I feel like I need to go crawl into a hole. I've noticed whenever I am going out and I'm wearing earbuds and I'm kind of just in my own space, and I listen to music that makes me feel a little more confident, or I listen to podcasts, or even if I don't listen to anything, I just need a little bit more of a muffled noise that really helps lower my anxiety. Essential oil, that's another one everyone talks about, but honestly something I didn't believe in until last year. I love my oil diffuser. I got one from Walmart. It's beautiful. It's like this little glass one, but they have them for like $5, $10, whatever. And they sell essential oils like in the little packs for either lavender or peppermint, and it really kind of helps get your mind off of things. And it's always nice coming back to a space that feels refreshing. And even if your room is dirty because you haven't cleaned it for a little bit, because you're anxious, it's nice coming back to a space that at least smells clean. Number 9, and this is a long one. Invest in a fidget cube if you have shaky hands instead of shaking your leg or tapping your pencil and drawing attention to yourself and making your anxiety worse. I personally don't have a fidget cube, but they sell them on Amazon and I really thought about getting one because I'm definitely a pencil tapper. But I've noticed that whenever I have like anything, like I'm the person that takes my pencil apart and puts it back together, and you can totally do that if you don't have the money for a fidget cube. But it just really helps to kind of like get your mind off of being in a classroom full of people or having to do something, having to focus without just sitting there not knowing what to do with your hands. And my last one, and another thing I do get made fun of for by my friends, is ASMR videos. I love ASMR videos. They have completely changed my life. I found them last year around this time, and it was totally a like, what is this? On YouTube, I will link my favorite ASMRists in the description box down below. This ASMR has gotten a really bad rep, and I don't know why. I'm not sure if people just think it's weird and they totally just like rag on it or what, but ever since I started watching ASMR videos, my anxiety has been so down. Like, I get really anxious out of the day and it kind of like builds up, and I watch them and they help me sleep. They're just kind of a place to go and like zen out and not feel like I need to really pay attention to everything, and it's just a really loving community. ASMR is one of the only YouTube spaces I feel as if there's literally no negativity in the comments. For something that gets a really bad rep, no one ever leaves hate in them, and it's a really safe space on the internet, which is really cool to go to when you're feeling lonely. I know I'm wearing the same sweatshirt I was wearing in my last video, but it's been a month. Thank you guys for hanging out with me again today. I hope this video can help you, and I hope you learned something from this. I know that everyone says the same stuff and repeats the same stuff, but I hope that at least if you took one thing away from this. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here. Please, you know, you can always Snapchat me, you can DM me on Twitter, you can DM me on Instagram, you can reply in the comments. I will leave all my socials down below too. Once again, please go check out the ASMR community as well. I know it gets a really weird rep, but it's honestly so cool when you open yourself up to it. I will see you very, very soon. I plan on making some more videos here really soon. Once again, all over the place with my channel. I just kind of do what I want to do, if that's still okay. Of course, I love makeup. I love lifestyle videos. I'm still not in my kind of right place to vlog yet. I'm still getting more comfortable with the camera. Yeah, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.